Hello and welcome to this week's Battle of the Ports and Nintendo's 1982 arcade hit, Donkey Kong Jr. As you most likely already know, Donkey Kong Jr. is the sequel to Donkey Kong, but with the roles reversed. Mario is now the villain and Donkey Kong Jr. is trying to save his kidnapped father. The game was principally designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, Yoshio Sakamoto and the company's chief engineer, Gunpei Yokoi. As with its predecessor, the music for the game was composed by Yukiko Kananoka. There are a total of 4 stages, each with a unique theme. Donkey Kong Jr. can run left and right, jump and grab vines, chains, ropes to climb higher on the screen. He can slide down faster by holding only one vine or climb faster by holding 2. Enemies include Snapjaws, which resemble bird traps with eyes, bird-like creatures called nitpickers, and some of which can attack by dropping eggs, and Sparks, which roam across the wiring in one of Mario's hideouts. Donkey Kong Jr. can jump over these enemies while on platforms, swing from one vine, chain, rope to another to dodge them, or knock down pieces of fruit that will destroy every enemy they touch before falling off the bottom of the screen. To pass the first 3 stages, Donkey Kong Jr. must reach the key hanging next to his father's cage, whereupon Mario flees while pushing the cage off the screen. In the 4th stage, Donkey Kong Jr. must push 6 keys into locks on the topmost platform to free Donkey Kong. After a brief cutscene, the player is taken back to the first stage at an increased difficulty. A bonus timer runs throughout each stage, and any points remaining on it are added to the player's score upon completion. The order of the levels is different depending upon the territory. In the Japanese version, the 4 levels appear as 1, 2, 3, 4 sequence, and then repeat, just as with the Japanese release of Donkey Kong. In the US version, the order is all over the place. So we're going to take a look at the ports in no particular order. Let's start off with the Atari 8-bit line of home computers. This port looks and sounds the part, but it does control differently, as we can now jump diagonally, whereas in the arcade, not really so. This does make jumping from the ground onto vines a little easier, but it also will take a little getting used to after coming direct from the arcade version. All in all, a great way to start off the ports. Atari 2600 version next, and it's shit. Now, as regular viewers of the channel know, I often praise the 2600 versions of games for their playability, but not this game. Some of the console ports were done by ColecoVision, including this one, so it stands to reason all versions besides the one on their console will suck. This isn't Donkey Kong Jr. This is Revenge of the Sleepy Sloth vs the Clothed Pegs. Yep, this one is a true stinker, thanks to the unfair enemy patterns and poor controls. Here's a surprise, the Atari 7800 version follows the Japanese arcade layout rather than the Western order. As for how it plays, well, very much like the Atari 8-bit line of home computer port. But which do you think looks the best? BBC Micro version of the game was to be released by Atarisoft, but it never did see the light of day. Developed by Adrian Stevens and quite impressive for a BBC Micro game. Honestly, I'm shocked at how good this looks and sounds. The gameplay is a little off, especially that it is possible to jump onto vines that you shouldn't be able to reach, but still, what a fantastic little port. Such a shame it was never released. I would have loved to have played this in the computer club. Yep, we used BBC Micros when I was a kid in school. ColecoVision next with a pretty lame title screen like all ColecoVision games, but we're not here for the title screen, we're here for the actual game, and I'm happy to report that we have yet another pretty good port. Is it as good looking as the BBC Micro port from Atarisoft? Let me know down in the comments what you think. As for playability, sure, this is just as good as most versions we've played so far. This is where the arcade in the home started to appear. This is the Famicom Disk System release, but don't worry, it's identical to the cartridge version, or as far as I can tell after playing both back to back. What we have here is a very close to arcade experience in terms of looks, sound, and most importantly, playability. We also get a selection of difficulty settings as well as a lame 2-player mode. Easily the best version so far. Oh my god, the Intellivision port is hilarious, and in a good way too. The audio is a major assault on the senses. Why did they even bother trying to add music when it just cuts out every time something moves on screen? I love it. The game looks crazy too. It's vibrant but also a complete mess at the same time. I could seriously see myself enjoying this as a kid. And of course we can't do a Donkey Kong Jr. video without showing some of the classic Game & Watch versions. Here we have the classic LCD version. And now we have the Panorama version. There's not much point commenting on these as they are very different games to the arcade original. And let's take a look at all those versions of Donkey Kong Jr. running side by side.